AI Animation Showrunner is a new series that I'm creating to show how I'm using artificial intelligence tools to create an animated series from concept to final output, all for less than $75 a month. As a disclosure, I'm not an animator, I'm a screenwriter. In an animated series, the showrunner is the captain of the ship who leads the creative vision by managing the budget and the writer's room, frequently writing or rewriting scripts to ensure a consistent voice as the production moves from concept to screen. The showrunner works with the animators, the director, and the producer, and I'm going to create a series and perform all these roles. The cost of an animated series episode varies wildly from as low as $10,000 per episode for a simple web series to over $1 million. For example, a complex show like South Park costs about $1 million per episode. The Simpsons? Well, who knows? Now that I've explained that the showrunner is the person who makes the episode happen, you may wonder, why did I pick animation? Well, here's the shocking results from 2025. The top 3 grossing films, if you can believe this: animation, animation, and animation with live action. But I need to take you first back to the first script I sold, and it is called Runaway Cricket.
Stood at the edge of tragedy, ran fierce into the night.
I have every right to be here.
Would have been a big great life for you and me.
I never had the big brain life enough.
Beautiful, isn't it? And the music is so amazing. You can get the playlist on Amazon. But next year will mark its 25th anniversary of being in production. Animation is expensive. I mean, horribly expensive. It's time consuming. It takes a whole team of talented people with highly developed skills in complicated animation software like Maya or Blender. But since AI is doing so much to make things easier, can just me, make an animated series for about $75 a month in software subscriptions? But let's talk about my biggest advantage. The reason why I write is to tell a story, and I've told a lot of them, both in screenplays and books. But my favorite story is Pixie Dust Death. It sends a message about sibling bully. Now, my brother beat the shit out of me as a kid. He's dead now, and I didn't kill him. The other thing about this series is it takes place at Disney World, the most magical place on earth. If you look at my YouTube channel, I have almost 100,000 views, most of them about Disney World, Disney Cruises, and Disney Vacation Club. I already own the IP. In fact, Pixie Dust Death was selected out of hundreds of submissions by a UK producer to develop this into a series. But he wanted them set at a generic theme park. So I rewrote Pixie Dust Death into Wilma Wallaby Castle Caper, and I even invented a whole theme park called Castle Country. That was actually kind of fun. Then I wrote the Bible for him, but due to personal conflicts, he couldn't continue last year. So I'm continuing to write this web series. I love Pixie Dust Death, and I want to film a web series with live action and animation. So let's look at what I've done so far. Hi, I'm Wilma Wallaby, and yes, that's really my name, and yes, it's terrible. Welcome to Florida, where we keep our garages full of hurricane backup battery supply, enough kitty litter.
Hi, I'm Wilma Wallaby, and yes, that's really my name, and yes, it's terrible. Welcome to Florida, where we keep our garages full of hurricane backup battery supply, enough kitty litter to absorb a small lake, and plastic water bottles stacked so high that we can use them as a flotation device. Now this is where I spend a lot of my time, not by choice. You see, my brother Winston likes to shove me in closets, but the garage, well, that's my territory now. It's a long story involving...
Pretty cool, hey? I use 2 AI tools. An AI tool from Autodesk called Flow Studio. Now, no need for me to wear a green suit with sensors all over my body. I merely pick me in that video and say replace. For this step, I used one of their stock characters, I think it's called Marie, and then I used an AI tool called ElevenLabs to replace my voice with that of a 13-year-old girl. Where I'm at right now is replacing the stock figure of Marie with my Wilma. I used Playground to convert Wilma from the book cover made by my buddy Nylish into a cartoon version that's in a T pose to make my animation model. Then I'll have to use a program called Blender to create textures, basically give birth to a character that can walk and talk in my series. In 2025, the independent film Flow made cinematic history as the first feature-length production created entirely in Blender to win the Academy Award for Best Animated Feature. Yes, creating an animation project is hard, and all these tools can be difficult, especially Blender, which I'm still working on. But guess what? I have all the ingredients for the secret sauce. I have high technology skills. I've learned probably over 100 different software products and written probably 1 million lines of code. I already own dozens of different IP that I wrote, and I have and I stress no artistic skills. So that kind of gives me the ability to move through. I think they have a saying, don't let the perfect get into the way of progress, because I can use AI to fill the gap of what I'm missing. My shooting script for the whole web series is already done, and that's the hard part for lots of techno freaks like me. So my plan, I'm going to film the backgrounds at Disney and in my garage with my animation. I'm going to book my DVC rooms at Disney World in 2026, both close to the Magic Kingdom and at the Grand Floridian, where a lot of it takes place. I'm going to replace my image with Wilma, and that's what my next video is about. And I'll go back and show you how to use the 3 tools I've already conquered: Autodesk Flow Studio, ElevenLabs, and then ElevenLabs, the voice changer, and Playground AI. And like I said, so far the cost has only come up to about $75 a month. Compared to 10,000 or $1 million an episode, I think this is worth trying. Plus, I can do this completely alone. And that's my topic of my 2026 how-to series, AI Animation Showrunner, using artificial intelligence tool to create an animated series from concept to final output. So be sure to like and subscribe. I'll finish out this video with showing you again what I've completed and my new studio you'll see in the background, which is the the golf cart parking area of my garage. And then I'll show you the output from Autodesk Flow Studio. You may wonder about my writing, what's going on with that, because I also plan to complete both Wilma Wallaby and the Kira and Henry series. But it takes about an hour to render 30 seconds of video. So that leaves a lot of time for me to continue writing my IP. And now I have an outlet for it. So be sure to subscribe and forward this link to someone who'd like to learn how to be a filmmaker on a budget. Thank you for watching.